Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and I'm pretty fucking pumped. Obviously, after the last World Tournament, I was able to accumulate a ridiculous amount of World Tournament medals. It has never been easier to get World Tournament medals, literally. Like, there's a final stage where you can get medals, and I encountered that stage so many times. So I have over 100 World Tournament medals. So I have like 10 World Tournament units I can go ahead and awaken. Probably one of the best World Tournament awards, one of those best cards to awaken is actually this INT Super Saiyan Bardock right here, because he is a sealer and he is quite, wow, I actually have 133 now, damn. He is actually quite effective on a Super INT team. But he also does have a category. He is part of the Revived Warrior category. I do have him at SA10 as well. So I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and jump into an event and let's see how useful this Bardock can be even in this day and age. Also, you gotta admit, he has one of the best fucking arts in the damn game, boy! Alright guys, so let's go ahead and hop into an event with the INT Super Saiyan Bardock on an Angel Golden Frieza team. Now, I would say most of the time I probably wouldn't run this INT Bardock, I don't think, because when you have one of these category teams like the LR, you have the Revived Warrior team, the Movie Bosses category team, several teams like that, at their best, they are like a machine with the LRs on them. Like, LR Majin Vegeta, LR Broly, LR Bojack. Like, it's just no other unit in the game can output damage at the same rate that a summonable LR can. So, if you have the summonable LRs, like, you're just always going to prioritize on units that can maximize the damage of those LRs. So, for like that instance, the physical Super Saiyan Bardock might be a better idea for this team, because the physical Super Saiyan Bardock, he is a support unit. He will give key to both LR Majin Vegeta and LR Broly that need it. But in terms of like what Super Saiyan Bardock can handle himself the best, like just, doing damage and actually contributing besides just like buffing other allies, it would definitely be this INT Super Saiyan Bardock. So for the team, I figured I'd just play around and we bring a Super Saiyan 1, a Super Saiyan 2, and a Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Here, we'll have Bardock go first, get all these orbs. I guess maybe I should have Bardock go second, because here's the thing about Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, is he actually is a unit that gets a 100% attack and defensive buff when he supers. But obviously, if he gets hit before he super attacks, then he's not going to get that defensive buff. That unit, he is actually tremendously powerful, by the way. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, because he can seal, which he did. If you guys notice, he did actually seal Super Saiyan God Goku right there. So that is like really, really good, that he could just add a moment's notice, say, boop, you're sealed, bitch. Okay, so here we go. So now we have Bardock and Super Saiyan 2 Bardock next to each other. Oh, I do like that they actually did change their pose. That's something I never really noticed before about having the two of them side by side. You can see, like, they didn't just keep his pose the same but give him electricity. They actually did kind of change the way he's, like, floating there a little bit. I do like that. That's most of the time in Dokkan's history, that's stuff they have not done. But recently, they have sort of stepped it up a bit. With things like that. Okay, so we didn't get the damage, or he didn't super attack right there, so that means we can keep him locked down with seals. Boom, bitch. Oof, 83,000. That's not the greatest. Of course, he is at a type disadvantage right here, but obviously my INT Super Saiyan Bardock, he is at SA10. I have not given him orbs. The reason for this, the reason I have not given him orbs, by the way, is because of the fact that he is a free-to-play unit, right? Like, I mean, it's so weird, the World Tournament reward cards, because, like, calling them, like, free-to-play units, but at the same time, like, they are summable units. It's just, obviously you're using tickets you're getting from the World Tournament banner to actually acquire them. Most of them have free-to-play, whatchamacallit, most of them have free-to-play potential systems. I know the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan actually does have a normal potential system, but I don't know of another one of those World Tournament reward cards that does. I think the Gohan probably does, just because he was such an early reward card. I know on the Japanese version of Dokkan, he was actually the 3rd reward, and on the global version, that was actually the 1st global World Tournament reward. I believe the two prior to that were Bardock, and I actually can't remember what the other one is. Oh, the Tech Super Saiyan Goku. Yeah, the Tech Super Saiyan Goku was the 1st ever World Tournament reward. Okay, here's the thing. I do want to be careful here because I didn't bring a Baba. So as you guys know, we could get to that nuking stage where Spirit Bomb Goku tries to basically one-shot you. So if possible, I actually don't want to finish off Super Saiyan Blue Goku right here. And I would like to... Oh, it skipped Majin Vegeta's animation. I hate when it does that. I would like to finish off Super Saiyan Blue Goku on the next rotation. And then that way we'll go... Ooh, the dodge! Hello! A dodge a video, my boy. That way we can go into the next sort of... whatchamacallit? Rotation with Majin Vegeta, and he could just one-shot that Goku. I kind of want to... Let's keep Tapion on rotation. No, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to flip Bardock off rotation, and I actually kind of want to get him lined up with Majin Vegeta, I'm thinking, because they both will share Shattering Limit, so that will allow my boy Super Saiyan Bardock and Majin Vegeta to continue their super attack brigade. And we'll just go ahead and get all these INT orbs right here and heal back some health. But it won't be too much because obviously he doesn't have like any buffs in the potential system. And here's Tech Tapion, who, by the way, I've said many times is a absolute monster. He is a very powerful unit. You know, being an orb changer, you know, making it so that other units can super easy, getting a defensive boost as well as that offensive boost, just a very powerful unit. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna need to use an item here. I think we're just gonna blow Spirit Bomb Goku away. Like, LR Majin Vegeta is not to be fucked with, and he's gonna prove that right here as he one-shots this Goku. Bye, Goku! And yeah. yes, that's... I brought LR Majin Vegeta to this fight for one reason, and that was just to get rid of that stage of that Goku, because that can be annoying. Like, you can get caught slipping, and, like, that Goku just hits you with the Spirit Bomb and you're instant killed. Like, it's like, oh, whoops. I guess I should have been paying attention there. So I wanted to make sure that I had a unit capable of kind of protecting us there. Alright, so we'll just have Frieza just sit there and do a little damage, whatever. I'll keep all of these tech orbs. Maybe we'll do the final explosion with Majin Vegeta on the next rotation. Now, I'm curious right here. I want to see how well Tapion will be able to tank against Ultra Instinct Goku. Because obviously Tapion does give himself, I believe, an 80% attack and defensive buff. So I think he should be able to completely tank Ultra Instinct Goku's attacks outside of if he would get hit with a super. If he gets hit with a super, obviously that's going to do a lot of... Yep. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Tapion is a very powerful unit, guys. Like, if you guys on Global are going to be summoning for LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and you end up getting a bunch of these Tech Tapions instead, that's not a bad thing, by the way. Like that's honestly, Tech Tapion is like one of the best, like, you know, units that become like unfeatured SRs that are floating around all the time. Like, so you really will get a lot of value out of pulling several copies of him and, you know, maybe giving him orbs. I'm a big fan of that unit. All right, so let's have Bardock go ahead and get a seal on. This is actually a really strong rotation right here. I don't need to use any items. No. I also don't need all of these tech orbs right here, but we'll give a couple. So hopefully, okay, perfect. I was gonna say hopefully. Wait, actually, Ultra Instinct Goku probably can't be sealed at this point, right? Yeah, that's the thing about him. Obviously, he is a one of these higher level boss units. Can it be sealed? Yeah, he can. He can be sealed. That's what I figured. These higher level boss units, they're just not able to be sealed. They're not able to be stunned. A lot of them, you can't, like, lower their attack, their defense, any shit like that. It's just like, you know what? Nah. They're just gonna be able to not be fucked with by any of your abilities, and that's just the way it's gonna be. So, thank you, Akatsuki. I'm actually going to use another item right here. And I think I'm going to pop an Icarus as well. See, I was very disappointed by Turles' boss fight. It was so underwhelming because this, I would say Ultra Instinct Goku easily has the hardest... yeah, we're going to get a Dokkan attack here. I can't stop it. This, I would say, is the hardest Dokkan Fest boss fight. Not that it's, like, ridiculously hard or anything, but it's just that nuking stage does make it, you know, that's something you have to be aware of moving forward. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then once you get to the actual Ultra Instinct Goku part of this fight, you know, he's immune to all debuffs. And this fucker, like, both right here and when he goes full Ultra Instinct, you know, he does, like, 50k on normals to, like, normal units. So that, like, all those factors combined, I would say definitely makes him the hardest. I still maintain that, like, Physical Omega is, like, one of the hardest as well. Just because that fucking ability of his to lock your rotations is very, very, very annoying. Okay, so... This is actually, I think I'm going to use another Icarus right here, just to protect the two Bardocks, because obviously they're not, like, super powerful units. Bardock and Majin Vegeta do share Shouting Limit, so it's not going to be that hard for them to super. We also do have Super Saiyan 2 Bardock on rotation here. He is going to be buffing our boy Majin Vegeta to do a little extra damage. At this point, I actually do want to go ahead and go over Super Saiyan Bardock. In one of these videos where I awaken a unit, showcase him, I do like to kind of go over their stats and info as well, just so that everyone kind of gets a good picture of like how useful the unit can be. So this is Burning Soul Super Saiyan Bardock. His leader skill is when HP is 99% or below, key 3 and attack and defense 10%, so that's a very bad leader skill. His super attack is the Spirit of Saiyans, which does supreme damage and seals super attack, which is good on, you know, the first couple stages of many fights. As we, you know, I showed earlier in this fight, you know, earlier on we were able to keep Goku locked down from supering, but once he became Ultra Instinct, he's immune to seal, and at that point, this Bardock does kind of lose a lot of the viability and a lot of the purpose for bringing him. His passive is the Ultimate Goal, which is attack 7,000 and key 3 when facing only one enemy. So it is nice. It'll be very easy for him to always super attack, but the attack 7,000 is very, very low. And it's not even a percentage-based buff, so it, you know, as the game goes on and on, this Bardock is going to get weaker and weaker and weaker. And then, of course, you know, factor in as well that he has a free-to-play potential system. And there you can see, it's like, yeah, he's not going to be a hard-hitting unit. His links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Family Ties, Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, Prepare for Battle, and Shouting Limit. So, decent enough link set. His soul key multiplier is 140%, which is normal. And then, of course, he is on the Revived Warrior category, which is where we're showing him off in this video. Also, I will say, he does have one of the best arts in the game. That is, like, absolutely fantastic. That is, like, Dokkan Fest worthy art. So that is another thing I've always loved about this Bardock. So let's go ahead and finish up this fight real quick. Now, this Bardock is pretty old. He's been out for a while. I would say that's another reason why maybe he's a little underwhelming nowadays is, you know, he is from a couple metas ago. You know, he's been out on both versions of the game for, you know, at least a year at this point. So, you know, way back then, he was an absolute animal. Nowadays, you know, he's solid, but that's really, like, all I would give him. On certain modes, like Super Battle Road, his ability to seal could be useful, but obviously Extreme Z Battle and Dokkan Battlefield 2.0, enemies are going to be immune to being sealed in those modes, so that will hurt you there. Yeah, we'll do this. It should be pretty easy for me to get a super attack with Bardock if I do that. Let's see, that's 3, 5. Oh, that is the worst. All of those int orbs are sitting there, and it's like I couldn't get to them. No, no, Bardock. All right, but with the Icaruses, Ultra Instinct Goku is not really able to do damage to us. It does show how, like, you know, this Goku, too, does have ridiculous defense. Like, without the LR is just absolutely bodying him, like, you are just chilling in this fight for quite a long time. This overall is just a very long Dokkan Fest fight as well, because what? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phases, and then one of the phases could be instant death. So, very interesting and very long fights. But I believe we have reached the end. I don't think our boy Ultra Instinct Goku is going to be surviving LR Majin Vegeta's next shot. He is just flat out too powerful. Oh, of course, the bastard. He's like, you know what? I'm going to get a super attack on my way out the door. Come in, come in. Ah! Chill, Ultra. Damn. He did 100,000 to LR Majin Vegeta? Like, that's wild, bro. Like, my Majin Vegeta's rainbow, and he took 100 fucking K from that. Sheesh. This man, Ultra Instinct Goku, he is way too much. But, alright guys, that will basically finish out the video. You know, just wanted to do a video on this Bardock. I'm probably going to do videos on several other of these World Tournament units. There are still a couple of the new SRs that I actually do kind of want to cover, because those SR cards are actually, they're pretty good. You know, they're as good, if not better, than a lot of old SSRs. So, I always like that, because I know a lot of free-to-play players could probably benefit from using some of those types of units. But, alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.